moving pretty quick.
Raging inferno would probably be what I would say.
A hand-planted forest famous for its scenic views, shrouded in smoke as wildfire ravages the Nebraska National Forest in Halsey. And for the third time this year, a volunteer firefighter has lost his life battling a blaze.
It's going to take it's got a lot of recovery for the loss that we had. It's going to devastate the entire community, yes.
According to emergency management officials, 59-year-old Mike Moody died in the line of duty yesterday battling the Boughton blaze. Moody was the assistant chief in Boughton, about 20 minutes north of Halsey. We're being told the cause of death was a heart attack. Moody had been a volunteer firefighter for 40 years. This is the third wildfire-related death this year, following deaths in both the Elwood-Arapahoe fire plus the Cambridge fire. Rangers say the timber in the forest is as dry as lumber at a hardwood store. As Steve White reports, drought, heat, and wind combined for treacherous conditions.
The National Forest in Halsey is one of Nebraska's great treasures, and this may be the most significant fire here in more than a half-century.
This would be at our front steps.
From their house to her family's home away from home.
That camp became home to her.
Karen McGinn could see the fire at the Halsey National Forest raging from miles away.
How heartbreaking it is for everybody.
For her daughter Carcy, the loss is the state 4-H camp where she made friends. The Nebraska National Forest in Halsey is a one-of-a-kind wonder, a hand-planted forest managed by a federal team that quickly saw conditions degrade.
You could see a column of smoke up behind my house that blocked out the sun, and I thought it was either very close or very large or both.
It was both. The National Forest has a fire crew on hand, and from the time the fire manager got the call until the grounds had to be evacuated, only minutes had passed.
It was all about life safety and go from there.
Ted Tahan said strong winds fanned the flames. Jumping a fire break meant to slow fire. Months of worsening drought left the forest vulnerable.
Fuel moistures, they were as dry as the timber that you would buy at Menards.
Like lumber from the hardware store, it burned quickly. They saved staff homes and the nursery, but the lookout tower burned.
Yeah, it took it.
And volunteer firefighters poured into town.
We had trucks from north and south, east, west. There's trucks that come from a long ways.
15,000 acres burned, extending from the National Forest onto private property. Monday brought relief as much needed rain fell. This area is among the 75% of Nebraska rated severe drought or worse. The rain and humidity helped control things, but in the hours it burned at its fiercest, it may have done more damage than any blaze since 1965.
It's kind of a sad deal.
Donations arrived, including Visine collected by school kids, relief for smoke-irritated eyes, ones that will shed tears in the days to come, but for now, smiling when they think of neighbors lending a hand.
There's nothing like the sandhills of Nebraska for sure.
Many in the community tell me they are experiencing a sense of mourning. The loss of one of their friends, Mike Moody, well known and respected in the Boughton area. And also, losing the 4-H camp feels like losing another friend. Reporting in Halsey, I'm Steve White.